Go.
Hey, we're going to our first convention. I'm Sandy.
And I'm John, and it is October 10th, 2022, and this is your Smart Dull News. Can I drag it out any further? There we go. Still some growing pains from software updates.
So you guys got a little inside peek into our chat before things started.
Oh, man. The things that were said. Yeah, let us get this started with, of course, our Super Smarties.
H. Dewey and Amy Zickerman, thank you very much. We love those moments with our community.
More editing to do later. So, I did want to mention, there may or may not be a surprise for the Super Chats tonight. I.e., I implemented something that's completely untested.
Okay.
So it's either going to work and be great, or it's just not going to be there. In which case, no loss, really.
So we'll see.
All right, it'll be there. Believe, have faith. So we are going to get started with our headlines. There are a number of things we want to talk about tonight. A chunk of them aren't exactly out straight from Culture Japan, though.
No.
The first one is we're going to our first doll convention.
Yeah, we've been wanting to go one for a while, and Dallas DollCon is selling badges right now. And we're going to go. Yeah,
now, what's the deal? How long do we have left to get those badges, Sandy?
I believe it's October 31st.
Okay, and then after October 31st, what's the deal?
My understanding was that if they make the October 31st, then the convention will go on, and if you want to pay at the door, it's going to be $20 more than it is now.
Gotcha. So, if we, I mean, is there, as I understand it, there's still the possibility that they might not be able to put it on yet.
That is what I understood. Do we have anybody in the chat that is part of DollCon Dallas that can clue us in a little bit on that?
As far as we know right now, our current understanding is that they do need to meet a minimum of sales in order to pay for the space. And at that point, they can guarantee that the event is going to happen. And they need to do that before the end of October, for that 31st. So there is a chance that if you do not get yourself booked now and they do not meet that threshold, they're just not going to be able to reserve the event space and get that payment made.
Okay, so you can do that, and the link to go and get your...
There is a link to the registration already in the description, so just take a look down there and check it out if you're ready to go. The thing I'm looking forward to is that it's not just a single ballroom with a bunch of vendors in it.
Yeah, they're actually going to have panels and stuff like that, and so that is, and meetups, places for meetups, and it's a reasonably priced convention.
Yep.
Which is really great. I think it was like, right now, if you buy your badge, it's like $30.
Yep.
And if you want to go to the Saturday dinner, it's $16.50, and then extra, including gratuity, etc. And then rooms were like, I think, $109.
The other big thing is like the programming. The thing I'm excited about is actual like sessions and some more content than just kind of looking at merchandise. It seems kind of a waste just to travel a ways to just look at things that I could technically buy online. So other than the discovery factor, right?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we're looking forward to is hopefully having some Smart Doll representation there, like actually being able to meet up with some people. I know Dallas Doll Co. The wig vendor is going to be there. So that's pretty cool. Big smart doll person. And I believe, I don't know if they still are or not, but Magical Girl Kit Kat and Ben, they're planning to go at this point.
Yeah, we won't commit them to anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're actually going, but
they've expressed interest in attending.
We have talked about it in the past, and yeah. So I know that we'll be looking forward to see a number of people down there, and if you're headed that way as well and want to meet up, we'll be looking to coordinate something while we are in Dallas. So cannot wait for that.
Yeah. So Stephanie Cardno says, "Oh wow, that's good pricing for a convention." Yeah, it's cheap. And I think normally Smart Doll gets more representation at like when Danny does Anime NYC and stuff like that, and there you're looking at like hundreds of dollars for your tickets, never mind your hotel.
Yeah.
So this is pretty cool.
Yeah, and as I understand, they have what 3 spaces? Did you say that already? They have basically, the plan is to have enough space for the vendors, space for the sessions and panels, and a space for a ballroom for just like hangouts, meetups, crafting, whatever. Although I think they said, don't bring messy stuff.
Right. Yeah. Don't plan on like spray painting things in the room.
Speaking of October 31st deadlines, or Halloween deadlines in general, I guess, because this isn't 31st, our vendor for our t-shirts and all of our stuff on MyLadyDisdain.com does have shipping deadlines for getting out by Halloween. Now, I think most people probably picked up their shirts and aren't necessarily hinging Halloween on getting these shirts.
No, I mean, you could wear blue, like...
Yeah, I mean, it could be a fun...
Mummy-chi.
They're a very fun, like, I'm not wearing a costume kind of costume. Just wear a fun, Halloween shirt.
Mike's distorted again?
All right. This is fun. All right, there's Kellyanne Harrington's in the chat. So if you have, it's better for now. I thought it was better before. Hopefully, it is going to continue that way. So going, just touching back again on DollCon Dallas. If you have any questions, go ahead and hit up Kellyanne Harrington in the chat, and she can answer them. But we do encourage you to think about coming down to see us.
Yeah, and Kellyanne, if you just want to, if nobody's asking, if you just want to info dump, that's fine. We'll add it to the description and stuff later.
So, on the t-shirts, we have basically to the end of this week, if you're living in the U.S., to get shirts safely by October 31st. So make sure you do. Anyone outside the U.S., it's so varied, and so, it really depends. Some have passed already, some are coming up. It's a gigantic list. So just keep your eye on the shipping times, and, order as soon as possible if you haven't and you're looking to get it before Halloween. You're going to watch this video at all. So welcome to help John troubleshoot his microphone. So, yes, get your t-shirts while you can. On a sadder bit of news, and it's kind of, touching for us because of this past summer, but one of the staples in the fabric industry has always been Swatch, the Boston Terrier,
who is the store mascot for Mood Fabrics, who resided in the New York City store. And he was 15 and a half, and he passed away on Saturday.
Yeah. He was, the funny thing is, like, if you Google Swatch right now, you will see, like, people basically asking, is Swatch still alive? We haven't seen him in like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
This amazing dog lived such a long life, and such a long life for a Boston Terrier.
Yeah, 15 and a half is like top end for a Boston. I actually, oddly enough, today they announced it, and today I also had in my personal Facebook, I met him 6 years ago today. So there was a picture of me in the Mood store petting Swatch, and it's just kind of weird and bizarre, and we just wanted to acknowledge him because he is the true hero of Mood Fabrics.
All right, so let's move on. We're gonna raise our heads and talk nice and softly, like Bob Ross.
Okay.
Well, you're pretty soft. I'm much louder than you are. Yeah. So there's a couple of weird articles from Danny this week. So it's just, it's a slow news week for him if his news items are memes. Danny has obsessed over the distracted boyfriend and the distracted girlfriend memes for a long time, and decided finally to Photoshop them into one masterful meme.
Yeah, and he also added he used Dolly to make the bottoms so that it's not cropped as.
Yeah, he went through a lot to recreate these, to extend the amount that they were in. So he used artificial intelligence and to sort of create more of the picture that was missing and put them together into one. It's very cool. It turned out really well. So Danny is flexing his Photoshop skills and his AI prompt building skills.
I like it. I think it looks really good with Mirai there.
Yeah, he loves it so much that it is now the opening picture for the Smart Doll webpage. So let's look at the next article. So here are the Teikyo glasses that we talked about recently.
Yep. We were uncertain. We knew it meant offering. We were uncertain as to why and what the purpose of these glasses were.
Very strange. And if you look at the pictures here, basically he explains that in anime there is essentially a sponsor credit at the end, and regular TV shows too. A sponsor credit at the end, and they have oftentimes. Those kanji are the at the front of those credits. So it's essentially saying sponsored by and the list of companies. But sometimes those credits, the kanji, ends up lining up with somebody's eyeballs. And apparently, in Japan, they've taken to screen capping those moments and putting them on the internet, which I think is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it's very, very funny.
And so now you can just do that with your glasses for your doll. And here's a look at a mix, some more anime, but also some live action items. It is just...
It's funny how it actually lines up. That's hysterical.
So you learn something new. I love learning about the little pieces of Japanese sort of cultural tidbits.
We were completely perplexed, and he says that now we know we are not average John and Jane Doe anymore. When did you change your last name to Doe?
I don't know. He does. These are essentially the announcement for the Teikyo glasses, which are should be coming very soon at this point. And his reasons not to buy are always fun. First reason, they cost more than human eyewear. The Teikyo glasses can only be worn over a single human eye, and you would have to stab your eyelids with the temples, which is not advisable.
I love your sense of humor, Danny.
As you handle the glasses with your greasy hands after an In-N-Out burger, what do you think, we're Californians? Marks will start to appear on the surface. The titanium will patina over time and develop dark marks in the surface. And there may be some on the surface out of the box. The Teikyo glasses will not improve the eyesight of a smart doll. Speaking of which, it suddenly dawned on me why this world has folks with bad eyesight like me. It's because when you take your glasses off, the simulation can run in low resolution to save energy. True story. I'm really glad saving energy.
And saving energy.
I'm really glad that this feels weird, like being high energy and subdued vocals at the same time.
I know.
It's really conflicting.
I have to get this mic fixed.
Yeah. It may actually be, you know what, I'm going to do one thing. All right, so there is. All right, I think that should probably help. My guess is something changed in the microphone, and the compressor then started applying massive amounts of distortion. Or it could just be the update to OBS and the compressor.
Stephanie says it's better now. Fabulous!
Well, sort of. We have to control our own volume. So, yeah.
That's all right. I wanted to, while we're on a break here, Kellyanne has been putting in some information, and she says that the DollCon is an all-dolls welcome convention, but most of the attendees are Smarty and BJD owners.
Very cool.
We are excited about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing, you know, meeting other Smarties owners, but also, you know, more getting more visibility, which is not the word I was looking for, but visibility into other BJDs.
Yeah, I mean, even like, you know, Denver Doll Emporium is going to be there as a vendor, so I'm sure they'll have a lot of really interesting stuff with them.
Yeah, Kellyanne also says you don't have to have a doll to attend, so that's important to note. Come look around, meet some people, and action figures are welcome too.
That's cool. That's really cool.
They're all just dolls anyway.
So we decided today for sure that we want to go, so hopefully we'll see some of you guys there.
All right, last bit of news, sort of. If you want to check out the rather poor audio for us, but our conversation with Shiza-san on last Friday, Beyond the Doll, you can click the link in the description. It was a late night for us.
We talked for nearly 4 hours. We don't, you know, like it got very late for us.
So much easier to digest, not live, but at your leisure on the replay. So check it out. It was a good, fun discussion talking about how we got into dolls and YouTube, and you know, sort of the goals we have with YouTube and the challenges we face. So it was cool. So that will bring us to the time where we say, hey, I get it. My mic's been on the fritz this entire episode. I'm totally apologize. Totally owning that. I'm guarantee you next week, now that we've got it fixed, it will break in a different way. But hopefully not. If you can look past that, why don't you give this video a like? Or if you just pity us for the horribleness that technology is doing to us right now. We would appreciate it, and it really helps us get this video out to more and more people on the replay. Which, of course, brings us to behind the scenes. We've got a picture here which at first glance is very strange. Probably because of the angle. It's Danny's new apartment, or it's Danny's old apartment being packed up. I'm not sure which.
Okay.
Half empty, half full. I don't know. So, yeah, the move is on. It looks like, and I don't know. I feel like it's hard.
Blades.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. It's like this track lighting. You've got some sort of glass and iron table, one of those big stick LED light things, and yeah, some sort of propeller. 2 propellers actually.
Maybe they're just ceiling fans that don't go with the apartment.
They're probably ceiling fans.
Yeah, they just don't go with the apartment. So.
Oh man. Next up, we have some resin printing, 3D printing that he's doing, and I'm not exactly sure what's happening.
Those look like
here.
Wheels.
These should be the little feet for the torso.
Okay.
You know, the full torso that he put the 3D pattern into the free section for.
Right.
That has, and it's like little wheels sticking off, something like that. Could be wrong though, because I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, unless this is, maybe he's building that bicycle. Maybe he's 3D printing just like the case motorcycle. Because this looks, you see this curve here. This looks like it could be a wheel that goes in there, like this is a wheel well. Which would not align with what I just said. And it's hard to tell, like, these might be bigger than what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah, now I can see what you're talking about. That thing just totally puzzled me.
Well, you gotta, when you're looking at 3D prints, you've got to, in your mind, delete the struts. All of these vertical lines are just struts giving them support so it doesn't fall apart when it's printing. And it doesn't just, like, fall into the vat. So, yeah, I have a feeling he might actually be working on some sort of vehicle with this print.
That'd be very cool. I mean, he did talk about wanting to do vehicles a while back.
Yeah, it's hard to tell the scale. Well, if we look at that's probably about this big. Yeah, I mean those aren't big. I think those wheels are too small, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Either the bases, those little weird wheel bases that he was putting on the cyber, the cyber torso, or an actual vehicle. Nothing overly new here, just a reminder, semi-real Chi is coming.
People are excited for that one.
She's coming for you.
So that's like that, and she'll probably come in Tea and Cocoa as well. So all you Chi people, you've got 3 more Chis to buy. Maybe 4.
Berry Wings. We're gonna go back a second. Berry Wings asked, maybe they're wheelchair wheels.
Berry Wings. I thought of that myself. Maybe he is coming up with some kind of a assistive vehicle.
Maybe.
But they look more like little race car wheels or something like that.
Yeah, they're kind of off-roady, kind of. It's hard to say. Anyway, we'll keep our eye on this. So we also have yet again.
Ugh, gotta have that blouse.
So good.
That is... I want that blouse for me. In fact, I may look up getting some indigo gauze and making that, because I think I probably have a pattern that I can make that blouse from.
Yeah. I love the very much off-brand, style for him, right now at least, going bohemian kind of out of nowhere. I see it as sort of an extension and elevation of like the Mori Girl set.
Yeah, I think it'll look really nice with the Mori Girl outfit.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Mori Girl outfit, got my
Survive!
girl right here, my hero.
My hero.
She's doing a little bit of she almost reminds you of like Eponine from Les Mis right now with this hat on, but I love this girl.
Yeah, so looking forward to this. We also have this sort of really open knit sweater that we've seen a couple times.
Yeah, sort of giving it almost a chainmail look.
Exactly.
Which is very neat.
Yeah, he should just call that like the mithril sweater or something like that. And some this pattern we have seen many times. It's the red one's been on sale, right?
Yeah, the red one has been out, and I believe it was out in gray as well. So these are new colors.
Yeah, so we've got a black or a dark charcoal and a sort of olive version of the scavenger satchel bag. Looks good.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And that is the last picture. And you know what that means?
Smarty parties?
Smarty party!
Came to party all night long. Let's sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone.
Gotta love it. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted to the Smarty Party this week. And as always, thank you, Baggins Lover and Lee, for putting it together every single week.
We really appreciate it, and it's a really fun time. I love getting to see what people do with their dolls.
Yeah. And definitely, if you enjoy, smart doll photography, or if you just like talking to cool people and having fun, you should join our Discord server. There is a link in the description below. Which now brings us to our Q&A section.
Yes.
Let's see what we got for time. I will take any question as long as it's not why your mic sucks.
Let it go, Hunt. Everybody is supportive of us. They're fine with the fact that we got it fixed.
Oh no, but it's like you think, I hate bad audio, and you think people aren't, like people can look past it, but bad audio,
it's hard to look past.
It drives everyone nuts. Yeah, so post your question in the chat. Add the word question to your message so that'll highlight. And that'll do it. Kelly Poplar says I'll have to rewatch the news this week. There's not much to watch.
No, it was actually a very short news week. We were just we talked about DollCon Dallas.
Yep.
And we have Kellyanne in the chat answering questions. And if you actually want to, post a question that we can pose to her, that's fine too. It's funny, the I'm sure we'll get over, but OBS is just causing like so many issues like week after week for us right now. At the same time, trying to make stuff better.
There was like 40 things that could go wrong tonight. And I did not think the audio was going to be one of them. I had it in my head that it was Zoom or something that was causing the audio issue before. All right. Mika7 says, I love your hat your smart doll is wearing. Where did you get it from?
It is from Mori Time, and I believe it came in 3 different colors.
So good. Mm-hmm. That's like one of your favorite hats, isn't it?
Yeah, I use this hat a lot. It goes with so many things. Like, it looks great with this, but you can just with jeans and a t-shirt, it looks cute, too.
Yeah. Lady Creations says, will you be doing the free 3D print patterns on the Smart Doll website when you get the 3D printer going?
Yes.
Shoes are the primary first goal, so I need to make shoe lasts and like the boot soles and stuff like that. And you've got patterns from Enchantarium as well.
Yeah, I have Enchantarium's shoe pattern to make, and Anna from Kitten Cat Shop told me that if we want to make glasses or whatever, that the patterns from Danny are helpful. There must be something there that you can use. Maybe it's talking about the head or something. She was talking about the head or something.
Well, it could be. I mean, just having a sculpt to work around and stuff, and be able to size things and go and get regular get free STL files from other websites and then start scaling them down and stuff like that.
Right.
And then stretching the pieces that need to be stretched. Yeah, I can't wait to start trying some of that. Holly Dollar says, who do you think Danny will drop next?
Oh, I mean, are we talking like regular dolls, or like do you think is it going to be another blue drop? I mean, Anomaly is on Blue Anomaly is on coming back soonish.
I mean, who are we I don't think we're waiting for somebody other than waiting for bodies at this point, right? There's so many unreleased girls, but they've gone into option heads. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of out, but you forget, are we actually waiting for them? But all of those girls are probably pushed into November.
Danny did give some information, I believe, that C2 would be Q2 of 2023.
Okay, I did not see that. So we've gotten a little bit farther than we thought. Mm-hmm. So Q2. All right. I think next is the next actual new drop is going to be Gray Anomaly. I think he's really slow right now in terms of big actual drops. It's mostly just re-releases. Mm-hmm.
So you think that's the next new one?
Yeah, and
okay.
And because we're getting so close to Halloween,
right? I want an Anomaly chibi to do a shirt.
Yeah. Seriously, Anomaly chibi would be amazing.
She's already kind of chibi looking. She's got a cool shirt.
Yep. We had such a bad start too. We did forget to mention, and so I'll address it now. Kay just got their first smart doll.
Yay!
And they got Courage. So congratulations, Kay.
Yes, that's awesome.
And Kay asks, do you have any suggestions for my new smart doll, Courage? I'm not sure what to call her.
I would probably start with, there's 2 places that I'm thinking of. The first place I would think of would be courageous women in literature or history or something like that. Like maybe, Joan for Joan of Arc or Jeanne d'Arc if you wanted to go French. Mm-hmm. Or then look at words that mean courage.
Yeah, other words in other languages, or also, of course, just start with names that mean courage.
Right.
You'll get a lot of variety around that and the variations that have happened over the years. Courageous women, but characters from stories, books that you like. Mm-hmm. That's always a good place, or video games. Lots of different options. We normally just start scouring lists and start just putting, this is mildly interesting, put it in the list, and then when you've got a bunch of names, start crossing things off.
I'm working on them right now for North because I thought I knew what her name was, and then she told me that she wanted to be besties with Cammy, and I was like, okay, well, this gives me a totally different idea of who you are now, so now I have to come up with a new name.
Barry Wing says, what did you end up doing with the cyborg bust and stand? Oh, she moved over there. She's just off screen to the right there. Currently she's just what you saw in the video, which is she's just housing
What we call crazy
kabuki. So nothing specific yet as far as putting it. We can't. It's not something. It's just a stand, so I'm not sure what I want to do with it. It's not. We don't have the chest piece that's an actual bust, the option part. So we'll see. If it were that, I'd start integrating with a doll maybe. But as it stands, it sort of has to kind of be what it is.
It might be cool to do a finish on it.
Yeah, maybe.
And then probably use it for your stories if we did that. Like, give it a really cool, robotic finish.
Yeah, maybe. Vanessa asks, why can't I have a smart doll? I don't have one.
Okay, so this is actually not Vanessa. This is Vanessa's child.
Okay.
They said earlier that they are on their mom's account and they don't have a smart doll.
Well, I think it comes down to it's always going to come down to essentially responsibility and like where you are with how well you take care of your stuff. I think I would assume from putting myself in the place of a parent. You're investing money. It's not a Barbie doll. It's not $30, $60, even $100. They're much cheaper now.
Right now with the conversion, if you're U.S. based, especially, like the conversion to the yen is like they're way cheaper now than they have been in the past.
But they're still a chunk of money. I would say that they're generally somewhat durable, but you can do really stupid stuff and hurt them. So I think we were talking to like She's a Son about does his daughter play with Smart Doll or things like that, and I believe he said something along the lines of basically she was young when they started and she would have taken crayons and things to them, or cut the hair off, and whatever. Just done pretty. We have all done horrible things to our toys as children.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we've had quite a few younger people ask us, like, how do I convince my parents that I can get a smart doll and stuff like that. I would say, obviously it comes down to they're not cheap, but do you have a reason that you really want one? Like, are you really into photography? Are you really into fashion design? Is there something that you really, do you do stop motion? Is there some reason that you really want one? Because they are very inspirational dolls. We get so much inspiration out of them, and that's what I would say. If you have something like that you are really into, then I would use that approach.
Yeah, it kind of comes down to like, what does this mean to you? Is this I want this because it's pretty and and cute and just different than other dolls, or is there something that means that, do you find any do you see yourself in any of these dolls? Do you I don't know. I would say I'm sure there's a lot of reasons, practical reasons, why you can't or shouldn't. But there's there's also, if you think about it, some good cases to be made, possibly. And other than that, just keep proving yourself, I guess. Like, what do I have to do to prove, my responsibility? I'm sure any parent, I mean, it's kind of like getting a dog, right? But much less expensive and much less dumping a bunch of extra responsibility on your parents than a dog.
There's also an element of why this doll that is, almost $400 over some other doll that I can get at Target for $35. You have to have those reasons.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared with that because not everybody gets it.
So, good luck, and let us know if your situation changes. We'd love to hear. Jenna asks, what are you going to be for Halloween? I will be a live streamer.
Yes, we're planning on doing that for Halloween.
As far as actual costumes, I do not think we will have the time to get really dressed, like fully committed to dressing up. Although it would be fun for the live stream. But
yeah, I mean, I have some Halloween-y things that we can use.
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably will go along the lines of like the Christmas and other such holidays last year, December, when it was like, okay, we're wearing antlers.
Yeah, like we'll do something like that. But of course, we can also wear our Halloween T-shirts.
Marion Barrett says, they could do babysitting to make money to get one, and that's certainly if it comes down to what is stopping you. Is it money? Then start working. See what you can do to work, and ideally, I would, if you're, it really depends on how old you are, right? But ideally, you can work for people other than your parents. So going out and babysitting is a great option. If you're responsible, I mean, that's also a proof of responsibility too. But that's also a way to actually earn some money versus earning money from your parents.
That's cold, Jenna. I was actually going to make that joke, but I decided to leave John alone.
Well, see, now you've called attention to it, and so we have to show it. Thank you, Jenna. I'm actually very, very glad you did that because that is hilarious.
We plan to be streamers whose mic.
Oh man, the snark. I will do my best to make sure the mic works. I can't guarantee the rest of OBS won't fail.
Okay, so we're getting an explanation now that it is about money, and they are 11.
Oh, money and 11. I feel like 11's like on the cusp.
Yeah, I think the other thing that I would suggest would be ask for if you can't just get somebody's not just going to buy you a smart doll. Maybe you go, okay, well, my birthday's coming up. Can we tell everybody that what I want is, a PayPal gift card or something so that I can get a smart doll?
Like cash Visa gift cards, basically, just raising cash for things. This may be impractical, so don't feel like this is like, like that this is like a surefire thing. But I think have a discussion with your parent and say, this is something I really want to do, and I want to discuss what things that I can do, and again, I don't know the age of like when babysitting, girls are mature generally, sooner than guys, and I don't know where the
11's a little young.
That's what I figured. So it may be a little bit, while to come for the babysitting side of things. But so maybe there's ways that you can pitch in around the house. But if I look at ways you can pitch in above and beyond the ways that you're supposed to pitch in, right? Like don't expect to get extra money for doing what you should be doing anyway.
And understand that it might not happen. That's all there is. That's all we can say. Antipasta, the way the line breaks,
on that in the chat was a very different statement than
At 11, I made and sold pot holders.
holders. Oh, jeez. But yeah, all right. So it looks on that note, our last nugget of wisdom. We are gonna call it a night, and we'll be back next week, same
Hopefully
time.
with a better mic from
Same-
the beginning.
I don't know. I think hopefully it's just OBS, and it's probably they changed something with the compressor, and now the settings that I used to have are massively not working, and we'll see. I don't know what's happening, but wish us luck,
We'll fix it.
and have a great week. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Get
Bye.
your tickets for DollCon.
Yes, do it!